Here's what's up, guys. So I got the little soon-to-be blue Miata prepped. A few little things I got to do to get it ready for paint, but I've got to paint today. I got to get this thing out of my driveway. My wife's coming back from Japan today, and you guys know, it's got to be gone. It's a little windy. It's like Gardener Day in my neighborhood, so AKA get your car washed the next day, or shoot, I just washed my car and now it's covered with dust day. But I'm just gonna do it. I gotta keep moving, and so I'm gonna spray this thing. Hopefully the wind's not too bad. At least it's nice and clear and sunny. Hopefully the leaf blower guys will be done in a minute and I can get a good window of like upper 60s and get this thing done. I'll keep you posted. All right, here's a little update. So the gardeners are gone. The sun is out. It's nice and warm, almost at noon high. It's about 11:30. I wanted to start painting this a little bit earlier, but I just found a lot of little hairline cracks here and there, and I decided, like these little pin cracks. They weren't there before, but some of them formed lately. Because this I did right before it rained. I primered it. I was trying to get this window, and then the weather moved up like 2 days, and I got caught with 2 days of rain between primer and color, and that's never good. But the point is, I've now gone around the car. I was cleaning it up. I thought I was at the wax and grease remover wipe down stage, which I did, but then I started seeing all these little things, and this is the thing you guys have to decide for yourselves, is if you're going to do a quick paint job, do you want it to look like a quick paint job? Or, if you put in a little more effort, a little more time, in this case, maybe a couple more hours, do you want it to look much better because you wiped out all those little cracks and little holes here and there? This is still a quick paint job. I didn't strip the paint down. I did a quick primer coat, but if I paint the car and right when I paint it, there's already cracks in here and there, and there's little splits, because paint doesn't fill, you guys. If you think paint fills a crack, get that thought out of your head. It does not. Paint will actually show the cracks even more. So that's why you want to go over the car, primer, and then anywhere where you sanded, just do a quick little spray with primer so you can see what's going on there, because your paint is going to do the same thing. It's going to lay on top. It does not go down inside of a crack or a hole, with the exception of maybe very minor scratches that could get filled with, say, a clear coat. But I would not rely on that. Don't rely on any paint or clear coat to do the work for you. You've got to get the surface ready, at least up to like 400. It doesn't have to be 800, 1,000. That is totally unnecessary. In fact, a lot of painters go up to like 320 before base coat. Certainly 1K paint, you can do 320. It's very thick, but your clear is going to hopefully flow out over all that. So, you don't have to go crazy with sanding. In fact, you don't want to go too smooth, because then it doesn't have something to stick to. So I've gone like around 400 here, or you could do a red or gray pad, scuff pad. I like to do that just to get everything off. Just kind of smooth the surface down, get it uniform. So you can go over everything with a scuff pad, which I kind of recommend. And then if you're going to do a sealer coat, you could do that. And that is just a final coat, and you don't touch it, and then you just spray right on top of that. I didn't really do that with this car. I'm trying to do it quick, but like I said, anyway, you have to decide what your tolerance level is. I went ahead and filled these. I got to wait a little bit, spray a little primer on it, wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to shoot this. So hopefully I'll be done, 2 or 3 hours from now. That's my goal. All right, quick update while I am waiting for this to flash, and I just mixed up the second batch of paint. So this is supposed to look like the 10th anniversary special edition paint, which is a blue sparkle. It's close, pretty close actually. yeah, I'm happy with it. You know, I mean, they're matching based on paint codes and samples that I gave them. So far, I'm happy. You know, not too bad. So I'm out here. You can see. Well, I don't know if you can see, but there's, you know, still, this is just like one coat here. So second coat coming up. I hit all the edges, all the little gaps, everything. Got a couple coats already. So this is going to be just for coverage. You can still see the kind of blotchiness in here, but that's okay. It's just first coat. Yeah, I'm happy with the way it's turning out so far. Just keep going and slap some clear on this thing, and then I can move on. I just hope it holds up, because I did do a quick prep, but so far so good. I can't complain. It's not perfect, but it's way better than it was. Okay, base is done. Very sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see that. Enjoy the sound of vintage airplanes in the background. Yeah, it's looking good. There's a little squadron in the background. There's a air show that happens. There's also a World War II or World War I fighter kind of battalion club nearby. Wow, it looks pretty badass. Maybe I should have gone with matte. I like the matte look. I think it looks great. Look at that. Well, it's getting clear. It's clear that it's getting clear. So I'm gonna do this right now. The sun is getting a little lower, but it's a nice temperature, not too much wind. So check back with you in a minute after a couple coats of clear. Okay, here's another update. So I'm midway through the clear. This thing takes a lot of clear, and what I've learned is I'm not very good at spraying clear, although I do love this color. I can't seem to get enough down to let it flow out. I did get better, like over here is okay, but it's taking like way more. See, this is crap right there. And when I did the hood, I didn't have nearly enough flow. Look at that, horrible. But then I got the hang of it over here. I started laying it down thicker. So I'm just gonna, this is the first coat. I hope I didn't ruin it. It's just very rough and, you know, orange peely, but it is clear. So I started going heavier, like in here, you can see, you know, I just kind of really started laying it on, and I guess that's what I have to do. I have to just kind of go back and forth and put it on thick. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not a great painter, but I'm gonna get it done. Alrighty, folks. So this is about 4 hours later, and it turned out okay. It's manageable with some sanding. The clear, it just wasn't my friend going on today, so there's a lot of kind of orange peely stuff in some places, in most places, actually. But I think it's thick enough that I can work with it. You know, just a little light sanding, and you know, it's not too bad though. I like the color a lot. So unfortunately, it didn't like flow out smoothly like I was hoping. I mean, like this is kind of bad, but I think that's partially just the way it gassed off. And you know, in retrospect, I really feel like I should have just done a matte clear. It was looking really good when it was matte. I should have just stuck with it, but whatever, it's okay. It'll match the inside of the car, and it'll look pretty good. Except the other mistake I made by not going with the matte is that the clear shows, you know, every little inconsistency, whereas the matte hides it. But overall, what can you do with a Harbor Freight paint setup? You can paint in your driveway. I do want to give a shout out to the Quick Jack, which made it easier. Made it way easier to get all the under spots like down there. So I went all the way down here, got all the way down under. So that made it a lot easier, you know, just to work on the car here. And anyway, that's it. This is as good as it's going to get right now. Just going to let this set up a little bit longer and peel the tape off and put the wheels back on, and move on. Let's get one more look in the sun though. I really do like the color. It's nice. Not too bad for a shade tree mechanic painting in his driveway. What do you guys think? I know some of you are going to tell me everything I'm doing wrong. That's okay. I don't mind. I like learning stuff. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I have 3 YouTube channels. I am beyond getting my feelings hurt by comments. So go ahead. It's fine with me. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck with all your projects.